My name is John Ross with Finance on a Budget. I want to talk to you about the price of being broke. It is a terrible and horrible place to be stuck in. I was there 2 years ago and I completely feel your pain. In this video, I want to identify several of the worst money-draining schemes out there for people in your situation. Together, we will discuss the problems and why you should do everything in your power to get out of that slump. So, if you want to know what the cost of being broke is, then keep on watching. Life isn't fair for the financially challenged. Getting from one place to another is a struggle in and of itself. Your used car always breaks down, your credit is a mess, and taking public transportation costs you time and convenience. A place to live means paying the first month's rent and a security deposit with the need for a reference and a credit report. Not having these things means looking for a place to stay elsewhere with short-term rents costing more if you can't afford longer leases. When you do leave, you will need to wait 30 days to get your deposit back. This means that you need to find more money somewhere else for another security deposit if you want to leave. As for your food, you'll likely be stranded in a food desert, which is a neighborhood of lower-income households that can't afford fresh or healthy food. You shop for groceries that cost more without bulk discounts, and you tend to skip what's good for you, sacrificing your health for processed foods that often cost less. This just leads to more medical bills, both physical and mental. Needless to say, it's not the ideal place to be in. Statistics say that 1 in 8 Americans are food insecure, which means that 40 million Americans, 12 million of whom are just children, are not getting the proper nutrition for their bodies. That outlook doesn't exactly look promising, does it? Banks can rob you. Believe it or not, being broke means that you also have a hard time even just having a bank account. If you don't have enough to meet the minimum balance that's required from the bank, you will need to pay a fee every month. If you don't have a bank account, you will need to pay an average of $6 just to cash your paycheck if your job can't pay you with a direct deposit. This just seems odd to me, as it would cost less to simply have a bank account. But I guess those people have their reasons, like maybe account garnishments. On top of that, there are overdraft fees and other penalties that a bank can suddenly hit you with. Not to mention, you might not even have an ID to open a bank account in the first place. Believe me, I get it. Plus, if you don't have the assets, collateral, or credit history, your bank will likely charge you higher interest rates on credit cards and other personal loans. You can completely forget about ever owning a house with a mortgage. This cycle of financial disaster just continues. Please be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Payday loans will kill you. If you are living paycheck to paycheck and you have fallen into chronic poverty, you might even be tempted to resort to predatory, high-cost lenders just to meet the recurring bills. This can have large consequences down the road, with finance charges that reach up to and passing a whopping 300% annual percentage rate, sinking you deeper and deeper into a never-ending cycle of debt. These payday loans are evil, and not only that, they're often illegal. If you are begging someone to give you a short-term loan for an average of 391%, you are seriously in dire straits. Because if you don't pay that garbage back, then the cost could soar to 521%. This is by itself a situation that won't get any better. You need to stop the bleeding, even if it's just for a few weeks, just to get yourself stabilized. Go find a temporary job and get caught up. You need to stop this madness. In the past 2 weeks, I made an extra $550 in the stock market. I'm just getting started with it, but the lesson is the same. You can either learn to work or register for someone else, or you can learn to work for yourself and grow your own skill sets. Gambling on stocks is definitely not what you should be doing if you can't pay the rest. But if you're just interested in making some extra money, I have several different videos on investing with stock markets. Links below. Never use furniture rentals. If you're someone that needs to rent their own furniture, then we really need to have a talk. My local furniture company wants a holiday special of $130 per month for a couch. Hello, even this is double the price if you could just get a regularly overpriced credit card approval. For a computer, to be extremely clear, they want $1,200 for a computer valued at $640. They're paying a 50% markup. This is mind-boggling. Stick with me, as this gets worse. A cheap washer and dryer costs $140 a month for 2 years. That means that you finally get to own a $1,200 set for a whopping $3,360. It would probably cost less just to use the laundromat. At these exorbitant prices, I would rather sleep on a used mattress on the floor and be entertained by a cracked phone. You can still plug in an old CRT from the 1980s and it'll still work. I mean, I can't even wrap my brain around poor people that actually rent like this, even if they do have bad credit. In fact, I would rather pay $100 a month to have my credit cleaned up. In 5 to 6 months, you can get whatever you want for a fraction of the price. My guess is companies prey on immigrants who don't have anything to begin with. It's just sad. Poor people pay more in taxes. Because taxes are a percentage of income, the poor pay more than rich people do. State and local taxes cost those at the bottom fifth of earners an estimated 20% of income. The Internal Revenue Service is normally stricter on the poor too. Plus, you can't afford daycare or elder care, you can't get ahead with networking contacts or lack thereof, and the quality of education that you can afford suffers. If you only know roofers, then you will become a roofer too. This is why people from India often work together in gas stations, convenience stores, and as taxi drivers. Family and friends get them a job where they work. This means you lose out on job opportunities just because you may not be able to apply for a new job position because you lack skills, or you might not have enough experience for a promotion. Low wages equate to even lesser opportunities for growth. You will have more chances of getting scammed and more expenses of repair or replacement because you buy low-quality possessions that don't last very long. Essentially, you just can't catch a break. It's basically an endless and vicious cycle. I know things look bleak right now, and it may even seem like there is no hope, so why even bother trying, right? The thing is, getting out of debt and being financially free isn't as hopeless as it seems. If you can identify all of the things that you're doing wrong, then you have a chance to start to do those things right. Go back to the first video on my channel and start watching from there. It can really help you get straightened out. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Thanks for watching.